Hi Lisa, I'm Simon, the owner of Allscapes Marketing, and I am just going to shoot you a quick video to give you a bit of an overview of what we're going to cover in your strategy session, but also take a little bit of a look at your online presence as it is now to see what could be optimized to generate some better results. So just to have a quick look at some slides here, what we're going to do. So in this little optimization audit or SEO and optimization audit that I'm going to do now, I'm going to review your potential money keywords. I'm going to have a look at where you're currently ranking for some of those keywords on Google. I'm going to review your website optimization and your backlinks and citations as compared to your sort of top competitors online, whoever they may be. And then when it comes time for our strategy session, you and I can kind of build a money keyword list or review one if you have one already. It looks like you're obviously spending some money on marketing already, so you may already have a keyword list mapped out, but if not, we can build one. Then we're going to take a look at the current lead generation strategies and conversion that you're getting from your website as of now. We're going to look at what you're doing for your sales conversion rates, follow-up processes, and automation, making sure that all those leads are being followed up at least 5 to 7 times, but until they book an estimate. Referrals and repeat customer strategies and automation, so what you've got in place to drive up customer lifetime value. Obviously, each customer can be worth more than just one job, so we want to make sure that there's strategies in place for that. Obviously, campaign tracking and ongoing optimization to increase your return on investment. We always want that return to be getting larger and larger and larger, of course, and review those market competitors to make sure that we're looking at the right people to sort of emulate or to try and copy and do a little bit more. We're going to use your top competitors to see what they're doing and do it better, essentially. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. So I'm just having a look at your keywords here first. So this is a tool we use called Ahrefs or Ahrefs. Basically what it does is allow us to check what's going on in the background of your site in terms of SEO, keywords, and things like that. So SEO, search engine optimization, which is basically the process of ranking a website on Google, and keywords being any phrase that someone might type into Google looking for your particular service in your particular area, in this case. So we're looking at, I've put your website into this tool, and you can see here I've got a list of keywords, and I've filtered it on containing Woodstock. Okay, the reason being we want to look at local keywords, those local intent keywords, because they are the ones that most often end up in a purchase. Okay, I know you service other locations and areas, but we're just starting here. So landscaping Woodstock, there are obviously other areas in the country called Woodstock. So what I've done when we get to this part here is I added GA to that search when I go ahead and look at your competitors in a minute. But just having a look at some of the volumes here, 250 times per month, roughly. So volume here is the amount of times that this keyword or the keywords on the left are searched for per month. So 250 times on a rolling average per month. Now, if you're at the top of the organic search results section, you should be seeing around 30% of those turning into clicks. So 250, if it was 300, that's roughly 100 clicks, so 75 clicks, I suppose. And then if you're converting, your website should be converting around 30 to 40%, most of the time, or at least once the campaign is matured, your marketing campaign is matured, 30, 40%. So you'd be looking at 30 leads, in that ballpark for that one keyword, right? And then of course we're going to go for more keywords. And we're also going to try and rank your Google business in that area. We're also going to have, potentially local service ads, Google pay-per-click ads, depending on the size of your campaign, right? So all becoming more and more leads from that same amount of volume, and that's where we're increasing the ROI. Okay, and then we've got just the other way around. We've got another 250 services. So as we go through, we've got 100 searches, another 100 searches, another 100 searches. So all of these ones here, and these are stacking in amount, right? So I think we're pretty easily going to, I know you have lawn maintenance, I believe there, so that's another 60, lawn service, another 60. So, within the target service area that you have, we're likely going to find upwards of 1,000 people searching monthly for your services, which can obviously turn into a significant amount of jobs if we have something in place to capture that traffic. And then convert that traffic into leads, but then convert those leads into sales, okay, each and every time. And we also want to focus on things like, if you do commercial work's obviously a good one. I need to follow this up with you in our session, but we've got, residential landscaping companies typed in approximately 30 times on a rolling average per month, and there's going to be retaining walls. Okay, so once we dive deep into the services that you really want to attract more customers in, we do the same thing with your keyword lists. Okay, we target the ones where you make the most money, or that you find the easiest, whatever it is that you want to target. But just so you know that there's some really good volume and really good amount of keywords there for you to choose from. So what I see over here, this position is where you're currently ranking on Google for those keywords, right? So if we look at landscape or woodstock GA again, 100 searches, you're currently in position 10. Now, if I go to that search, just to back that up, we have the ads at the top. These are Google pay-per-click ads. One thing I noticed straight away is there is no local service ad showing currently for this search, which tells me that you're likely to get a very cheap cost per lead if you go ahead and utilize Google guaranteed ads or Google local service ads, which is something that we do in upfront with our campaigns because they often generate very good quality leads. In fact, if the lead isn't qualified, you qualify to get a refund from Google. So if you end up paying $10 or $20 or $50 a lead from a Google guaranteed or a Google local service ad, and it turns out they're not in your service area, I think it's 2 clicks and you can request a refund. Google will check where did that lead come from, and you'll have that money literally credited back to your account. It's incredible. So that's one thing I'd be looking into very, very, very soon for you if you're not already. And if there's no one else showing, that tends to mean that there's no one else bidding for those keywords. So you're going to get cheap leads. And Google pay-per-click here as well. Now, you're not showing in the map pack at all. So if we start our count now, we've got 1 being the map pack, 2 Yelp, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're actually a little bit higher than what my tool is showing. But if you look over here, the last time this search was run was on the 30th of August. So, there's a little bit of catching up to do there. As we keep going down, if we go to something like Woodstock GA Landscaping, you're in around position 7. Okay, but all in all, not ideal for some of these better keywords, right? We're not really in the 1, 2, and 3 position and or in the map pack. So you can see here that the amount of traffic that this tool estimates that you get from each of these keywords is quite low. Okay, and you're likely not to see too many leads from that. I'm imagining just by going off what I'm seeing here. So if you're not seeing many leads coming in from your Google business and your website and you're wondering why, that this is it. If you are, there's obviously something that this tool is missing. Just want to clarify that. Okay, so once we've sort of gone through and we've reviewed that keywords, we've had a look at where you're currently ranking, we want to have a look at your website optimization, right? So what do we need to do in terms of SEO to be at the top? Well, the very first thing that I see when I land on your page is that your what's called a H1 or header 1. It is your primary title of your home page. It's a primary title of any page, but you don't actually have a H1 in the hero of your website. So what we need to see here is that keyword. Depending on which location you want to target first, it should be, Landscaper, Woodstock GA. Okay, that is literally what you should have here, because when people type that word into Google, they land on your home page and they see that H1, they go, boom, I'm in the right spot straight away. It also tells Google in without any sort of clarification needed, this is what I do and this is where I am, with the most powerful part of your page. So very important to get that in there. Google also likes to see at least 2,000 words worth of content on a home page. It allows you to tell Google that you're an expert in the field. I notice you're an NALP member. We are too. So that's cool. But 2,000 words tells Google what it is you do, where you do it. It allows you to get all these great keywords in. The more content you have, the more keywords you can use without it just being keywords throughout, without any other words type thing. I see you've got some decent interlinking coming on here, though typically we want to be linking towards our homepage, if that makes sense. So we're telling Google that our homepage is what we want to rank for these different keywords, but won't go too much into that now. So we need a little bit more content, definitely some more images as well, real images that you've taken, certainly no stock images. And I'm not sure whether these are your own images or not. They're almost a little bit too professional, and you know, this is a tough one. Like, people like to see images that they know are real and that are taken by the business that they're about to use. That this is a very important factor in both website converting traffic to leads, but also telling Google that if these images are taken on your mobile phone with your location services on, it'll actually tag the geolocation in that photo. Then when we upload it to the website, it's another thing that tells Google it's legitimate, essentially, and it helps your SEO. Okay, it looks like you've had a website built by someone. It's quite professional, which is great. Clear imaging. Not too sure who they are, but they've definitely got a handle on building a professional website. Their SEO game is just a little weak. Okay, so there's definitely some optimization you could be doing in terms of SEO. Okay, now what we want to do now is review your backlinks and citations. Now, a backlink is basically anywhere one website refers to another via a clickable link. So where I pointed out here that you have some links coming from one page to another, these are all essentially backlinks, but what we're talking about here are ones coming from other websites. When they link to your page, it essentially sends an endorsement along with it, saying, I endorse this website, I endorse this business. So if we go to your top keyword here, I'm not going to use Yelp or Lawn Starter. Yeah, it's another directory, of course. What we want to do is get the top competitors. So I'm going to use O'Neill Landscape Group. Okay, so we'll have a look at his website on-page optimization first. Okay, straight away I can see he has at least part of a keyword there, and at least the location. It's still not perfect, so there's something you could one-up this company in. Okay, these do seem like more images that are possibly taken from a mobile phone, maybe. Quite professional as well. Videos are great. Okay, we would be encouraging you to get videos, and we sort of walk you through a whole process on how to do that. He has these location pages here that he's linking out to, which can be a good idea. Yeah, he's definitely got a lot more in terms of SEO work, and this is a much nicer looking footer in terms of SEO as well. Won't go into all the reasons why, but there's, he's got the socials there. I think you did too, but the whole map of the website is kind of in the footer, which is nice to see, and it helps with SEO. Okay, but doesn't have a whole lot of content. So I think if you were to, go ahead and add that 2,000 words worth of content, and there's ways to hide it in different accordions and things like that. You don't have to have this big chunks of text everywhere, but point is, real images and a good handful of them taken from your mobile phone with location services on or location tagging on, and then that word content, right? Okay, so now a citation, and then I'm going to look at the backlinks as well in a second. Citations are just anywhere your website number, phone number, email, URL and business name are mentioned anywhere online, okay? But mainly you think directories like Yelp, HomeAdvisor, Angie's List, Landscape.com, and all those different places, they're called citations, right? So what we want to do here is I'm going to get this guy's URL. I'm going to open up another Ahrefs tab. And we're going to have a look at his referring domains, because this is where he's getting his backlinks from, his endorsements, where they're coming from, okay? And we can see that a lot of them are coming from citation sources, directory listings, right? Directory. So these are all directory listings. And the best ones come from other websites that are in the same industry. So if they're in landscaping or at least building and construction, maybe pest control services, things like that. So But the biggest thing here is that we use this list and we get the same ones that they have and then more, okay? So we can see all of his links that are coming in. And I was just looking for one that was specific to landscaping. You know, these Blogspot links aren't all too helpful. I mean, he's starting to rank, so they help, but there's better things to do than this. He's just spamming himself with lots of inbound links from basically a social media platform. Okay, so again, we'll be looking to somewhat copy this, but do it better. And if we've got then our on-page SEO done correctly for both SEO and converting those leads to traffic to leads, and then we've got all the same links and more and better quality, as in less from this kind of crappy websites and more from actual landscape relevant websites, you're going to start outranking this guy. And Google actually favors local businesses in organic search results. A lot of people will tell you you can't outrank Yelp, you can't outrank Angie. That's just not true. You can, and Google will actually favor local businesses, but they have to be prominent enough to take that jump and be clear enough that we are a landscape service in one location or another, and we break apart our locations into separate pages, like we noticed on O'Neill Landscape Group. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to do there. We've had a look at the money keywords that we would be wanting to rank for. We've had a look at where you're currently ranking. We've had a look at what you could do on your website optimization, and we've had a look at your sort of top competitors, backlinks and citations. And we're going to talk about some of those things in the meeting and see what other strategies you've got currently with whoever you're spending your marketing on. You know, and what sort of strategies they've got to continuously improve your lead generation and your website conversion, and track it all, monitor it all, know exactly where it's coming from, whether it's coming from a Google ad, whether it's coming from a Facebook ad, whether it's coming from your website, your Google business profile. It should all be tracked individually, but also then making sure that you've got something in place to follow up with leads until they book an estimate, and then once they've become a customer, who will they refer you to, or will they come back for another job? Okay, and increase that customer lifetime value, and make sure that I'm sort of barking up the right tree in terms of your market competitors, the locations that you service, and the services that you specifically want to target. We'll build a little plan together and go from there. So I hope this helps. If you're welcome to shoot me an email. I'm actually going to text you a copy of this video as well, which I guess you will have already received that now when you're hearing this, but you're welcome to reply to that text as well. So hope this helps, and I will see you tomorrow.